I seem to be live. Ooh, this says there's somebody in the room. It's me. Hey, nobody out there. Okay, we'll just wait for people to show up. So this is our first post-playoff. The first, I should turn that on. Post-playoff Saturday night hockey talk live stream. And I don't know why I'm really not surprised nobody's in the room. Oh, it seems like, hey, buddy, how's it going? You are the first person in the room. I don't think there's a lot of enthusiasm today. People are, hey, Bob, how's it going, Bob? So we got people showing up now. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I guess people are sad about the result. But, you know, it was overall was a really good series. I'm really happy with the team, and I see the future is bright. So what do you guys think of what do you guys think of Nick Suzuki? Isn't he an amazing player? He's going to be great. I can't wait to see what this kid turns into. So yeah, I'm not a ton prepared, I guess, for this live stream. I'm a little bit burnt out. I'm not burnt out really, but as much as I want Montreal to have gone further, really, I have to admit I could use the break a bit. I guess I could say it's a little less stressful. But I'm really disappointed because it was really fun. The live streams were fun. The hockey was amazing. And I think this team, you know what? If they got by, hey Jeff, you're in with your own name. All right. If they gotten by Philadelphia, I'll tell you what, they could have made it past Tampa. You never know. Hey Shamir, congrats to Shamir. Everybody, congrats to Shamir. Shamir won the hockey puck. Oh, it's behind me. I can't go get it now. Shamir is the first ever winner of the Guess the Score contest. And you know what? It's so weird because the game before, Morgan Burton was off by 1 goal on Philadelphia's side. Otherwise, he had it. It's the closest we had ever gotten. And then the next game, Shamir wins it. So I'm kind of glad it's, well, I don't want to say I have favorites, but I'm happy that it's Shamir because Shamir's a member. And I'm happy one of the members won it first ever. So there's that. I'm also happy it's like not 6 pucks in a row, or 6 pucks at once. So, hey, I'm Nub Newbie. How's it going? And who didn't I say hi to? I got Jeff. Jeff's in there. Jeff, oddly, not with Goalie Girls Rule right now. Haven't seen him as his own name in a while. I don't know if ever, actually, Jeff, to be honest with you. Usually it's Fedgehead. Anyway, Line A rumors started up today on TSN Radio. Is that a surprise? Listen, Line A is actually, I mean, it's the kind of guy that we really need. We need a goal scorer like that. So I just hope I don't want to see a lot of talk for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall is not the guy that we want here. He's not. He's not the guy. It's not the guy I want. No, too much money, too long to have him, and he's not the guy. I don't want to spend $8 million on a 50-point player. Just don't want to do that. It was a great experience for our team for sure. I would have loved it at Game 7. No, I would have loved the Game 7. Listen, I would have loved them to go right through to the Cup, no doubt. Just saying that now that it's happened, it's kind of nice to have a little bit, like I don't have the stress and everything of all that. It's just nice, but I would have preferred to wait a little longer, obviously, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Thanks, Rick. Just started following you on Twitter. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Send me a DM, and I will let you know that I got it. And then that I might have to accept. I don't know if everyone's when you follow, not always can you just start DMing. You can send the first one, and then I've got to accept. But don't worry, I will. I didn't see it there. It's funny. I was just on Twitter, but just send me a DM, and yeah, definitely. A lot easier to get in touch. Because with email, I mean, I check it, but just my new email for it, I can't leave logged in all the time. So it's not like my other one, which is pretty much logged in all the time. So do you think the Habs signed Caulfield? Because now where does he play? Well, you know what? It's a good question, but I think it's definitely a possibility. I don't think there's any rush to do that. I think they're better served to wait and see what happens. And if it comes to that, they need to do that, then they have plenty of time. I don't think that's a problem. Where does he play? I guess, that's it. We don't know. It's too early to tell right now. And I don't think it's anything we need to worry about yet. So I'm not going to be speculating too much on that yet because it's just speculation and too much rumor and speculation. It makes good videos, like viewer. It makes a lot of views for your videos, but it's just too early for that for me. Hall may be the best we can get, though. I still don't want him, though. You know what? At the right price and the right term, it's a different story. I mean, that's a different story, but not the kind of money that it looks like he wants and the kind of term he wants. No, I would rather go without. Who wins, Islanders or Flyers? My thoughts are, well, I don't know if you watch the hockey guy, but I kind of really agree with him in the fact that without a power play, and it could change in the next round, their power play might all of a sudden be there. I don't think they have a lot of chance, and they do turn over the puck a bit too much, and I think the Islanders will. I think the Islanders are going to beat them. So I say go Islanders, go. And I'm going to call it, you know what? I'll say Islanders in 6. Garrett, hey, buddy. Honestly, lots of people thinking Habs will go after free agents. I think they need the cap space to re-sign their players a few years from now, lots of them to re-sign. I kind of agree with that. That's why I kind of think you're better off going the trade route because then you can get guys that you don't have a ton of term. Because you want to pick up some guys, but you don't want them here forever because you got young kids coming in. So, 2-3 years, that's why Taylor Hall, you got to sign him 7 years. I think he's going to want 7 years. But although I don't know that the team's going to sign anybody for that long right now, I think you might see shorter contracts. So we'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. Meanwhile, playoffs aren't over yet, so it's a lot of speculation, and there's a lot of time for it. Where am I? Wolverine, hey buddy, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Garrett, cap staying flat for a few years, 2 for sure, and could be they think as long as 5. What happens is the cap won't go up until the league revenues hit $4.8 billion for the year. So when that happens, and they're figuring it could take anywhere from 2 to 4 years. So you're looking at 2 years for sure. The cap is staying flat, and then they're even saying it probably if it goes up for the 2 years after that, probably by $1 million, $1.5 million. That's it. It won't be any big raises until I guess new contract, money coming in from fans being in the stands. Which, if you go by health things, this whole pandemic thing is probably going to be another 2 years before we're fully out of it. So yeah, it all fits together kind of. I'll be pushing hard on social media to sign Toffoli. See, Toffoli, that's a good sign. I think that's a good signing because it's not going to be a break the bank money. And here's a guy that could really fit in and help the team without being a character that might not be good in the dressing room, because I don't know. I'm hearing things about Taylor Hall now that's coming out might not be the kind of guy you want in the dressing room. So I don't know that I want him. And Toffoli, I think, will be a good fit. Lightning and Bruins, who wins? My thoughts. It's a good question. It's a good question. I automatically want to say the Lightning because I don't want to see the Bruins win. So, yeah, and I've been kind of predicting that Boston something will happen and they'll drop out, but I don't know. So I'd go Lightning on that one. But I have to say my dislike for the Bruins definitely gives that. I'm not unbiased here in that. Since the Habs are out, go Bolts. Also Vancouver. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of covering Vancouver, except for this. When I cover another team, like at this time of year, it's not that I don't mind doing it, but it's work for absolutely no gain at all in that nobody really watches it. And I get it because I'm a Habs channel and people aren't really looking at me to be doing that. So I might test the waters, see if there's any interest, and then decide if I'm going to go through with it, or I might not even do it at all. So I don't know. But I know I tried it last year, and I covered the Islanders for a few games, and nobody at all was interested in those videos. Like, nobody at all was interested in those videos. Garrett, good to know. Thanks, Rick. Have a good night. Oh, okay. Not a problem. Did I do something wrong? I want to scroll and see what I am. Oh, okay. Anyways, nice. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate that. I'm new. Which Habs players would you trade to improve the team? I'm probably not the best one for that. The guy to ask really is Jeff. And he convinces me all the time. I'm tough on that. I get a little locked into players. But I think, you know what, considering Domi didn't impress me that much in this playoffs. Now, I do give him a break on the fact that he was fourth-line center for the first 5 or 6 games. And he did show a little bit when he was first put down there with Suzuki and Drew, KK and Drew, somebody. Anyway, he was put down. But I'll tell you, in a game that really, really meant something, he didn't show up. I don't know how else to say it. I didn't really notice him for anything really good last night. I can't say I did. So I have to say Domi is there's a lot of rumors. And I'm going to have to agree now with my buddy Jeff here. He's my new buddy. I kind of think maybe he'll end up in Pittsburgh. It seems like it might be a possibility because I don't know. We need him to do more, and it's been now a full season, and now the playoffs. I'm not impressed right now, so we'll see. Oh, yeah, Jeff is right. If you guys are, everybody's having fun in here. If you're enjoying it, please hit the thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. I'd like to give the thumbs up. Those things up. It helps the algorithm and stuff like that. So if you're enjoying it, give a thumbs up. If you're not, I mean, I get it. You don't have to, but if you are, I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you're seeing, you can give a subscribe, which is down there as well, and hit that notifications bell, and that's going to get you notified whenever I have these live streams, which are going to be every Saturday. So guys, don't worry. Saturday nights are live stream night. Even I think it's like I might take a few over the year. I might take a few here and like one here and there, but it's going right through to the summer. Well, summer's almost over till the next season. So don't worry. Saturday nights are not going away. Like I said, the odd one, like I might take a Saturday night off, but I don't really have any plans yet for one. So don't worry right now. But that's about it. Minsuk Kim, we should sign Hoffman. He's a free agent. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I like Hoffman's game. The thing I'm worried about with Hoffman is what sent him from Ottawa to Florida, but I guess nothing's happened since then with his girlfriend. But yeah, Hoffman definitely. Problem is, though, I don't think he's going to come cheap. So that could be a problem. But Hoffman's a good goal scorer. Woods was in Shrek. I think the Habs should draft a winger. Hopefully Zeri is there. I would think it's probably a good shot that they're going to get a winger. You never know. Listen, I hope they take the best player available. For me, I would like to see Jarvis. That's the kind of guy I'm keen on right now. But there's going to be a few guys that are good. This is a pretty good draft where the guys that are going to be around 16, not like last year where we got really lucky having Caulfield, although there was Newhook. There was a couple of guys at that we're still kind of around then, although Newhook, I think, went just ahead, that I really liked. No, Newhook went just behind. So it's kind of the same thing here, and there's a lot of good guys. And for me, I want to see them get a guy that can really be a sniper-type guy, put the puck in the net. We need a couple more of those. And Jarvis, there is Gunler, and there's a German kid. Oh, God, what's his name? Sakira, something like that. There's a German kid that also is really supposed to be good and should be around then. So there's a few good options, I think. By the way, should remind you, I won't push the skates, but if you want to take a super chat to get noticed, hey, I'm not going to say no, and you'll get entered in the contest for the skates. But if I miss a comment, just type it in again. I'll get to it. It's not rolling too heavy right now. And I mean, there's a few going by, but I mean, I'm sure you get them in the next time around. If we trade Domi to the Pens, who would we get? I'm not an expert on that part. Jeff, well, Domi for Letang. He's saying it right on the bottom there, so I guess he saw your comment. Chris Letang would be nice. He's a local kid too, Letang. He'd do well on our defense. Avalanche or Stars, who wins? Your thoughts? Avalanche. I kind of have the Avalanche going all the way, so I'm going to say Avalanche. Straight up. Jeff, Dadonov, Tanev, Toffoli would be my top three free agent targets. I like them all. Well, I guess, okay, free agent. So Tanev's in Pittsburgh, but he's a free agent. Yeah, I mean, I like them all. So if they could land one of those guys, I think it would help for sure. You think Gaudreau but Gaudreau, what would Gaudreau cost us? I do believe Gaudreau may hit the market because changes have to happen in Calgary, and they seem to want to sort of blame Gaudreau on everything. So, but what would he cost? It would cost more than Drouin to trade the other way. Price smash. Do you think we should trade Drouin or wait till he is on a hot streak to get the most value? Drouin probably played well enough to have upped his value a little bit. I know you might think that is ridiculous, and believe me, if Drouin was really bad, I would say so. But Drouin had a good game the last game, and Drouin's play was getting better, and he was making some very interesting passes and doing some things defensively too. Peterka, that's his name. I kind of think he may have upped his value a little bit. So I think if they had a deal for Drouin, I think it might be good. I think it might be a good idea to trade him. I wonder if he has trouble with the pressure here, being a French player and the expectations on him and all that. So, yeah. Jeff keeps Drouin because Domi brings back more in a trade. That's true. I guess maybe if you, and I've seen it out there that it's kind of an either or. If you're going to trade Drouin, you're not trading Domi. If you're trading Domi, you're not trading Drouin, and that makes sense. And you're probably right, though. Domi will bring it back more right now, definitely. But I tell you what, if Domi doesn't make a turnaround, so next season is a lot like this season, his value is going to come down. So again, it might be a situation where you might trade him where he's at his highest value right now. I mean, it was higher obviously last season, but right now. Amarov, Price Smash wants Amarov. Yeah, Amarov is. I hear good. I saw good things. I did a draft prospect video. He was included in there. There's a lot of good potential out there. Remember, it's mostly potential, but there's a lot of good potential this year. You were ranting to me about Domi's 70-point season, and now you want him to be the one traded. Also, Taylor Hall could possibly refine his potential and bring it out. Okay, I'll kind of go on to. I hope I remember. Well, I'm going to just scroll up for a sec so I don't lose that. Okay. First of all, when was I ranting? And yeah, I was fine. He had an off season, and I was disappointed in the way he responded last night. I was expecting I wasn't expecting like him to be the absolute best player on the ice, but I'll tell you, I was expecting to see a much more dominant Max Domi and being more involved in what was going on and being more involved in the outcome than I saw. I wasn't impressed with what I saw from Domi. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I wasn't impressed with it. So there's a lot of rumor about Domi being traded. I think it might still be a little early to give up on him, but if you're going to trade him or you're thinking about it, his value is probably at its highest if next season he has the same kind of season. So that's what I'm saying there. Yeah, maybe, you know, if it's to help the team and you get something better coming back, that's gonna. Yeah, maybe I'm babbling here a little bit, but yeah, I think yeah, I've changed a little bit, I guess, on Domi. I guess that's just have to say that. On Taylor Hall's been around what, 11 seasons or something like that. Taylor Hall, if you average out all of his seasons and all the points, he averages out to be, when I did it the last time, was 53 points a year. I don't think that 53-point player, I don't know that his potential wasn't reached. I mean, is there still, after 11 seasons, where is there still potential to be better? You know what I'm saying? I think with Taylor Hall, you see what you're getting. This isn't a young guy. This is a guy who's been around for 10 years. This is a guy that you could pretty much tell he is going to give you approximately 55 points a season. Maybe got a little higher, maybe a couple less, you know, and potentially could hit 90. He's done it, but that might be his career high and never hits that again. So you don't know. But I'm saying if you go by his averages, he's in the 50s. It's not, I think it's 53. Maybe that was Duchesne that was 53. He might be 58, or he's in the 50s. So that's what I'm saying, and I don't want to give $8 million to a guy that's it's not more potential to it than that. And yes, price smash, it is Peterka. This Peterka, they said there are 3 German kids in the draft that hard to say who's better than, one's better than the other, let's put it that way. Now, the consensus was that Stützle was the best one of them. But then you've got Peterka's one, and I can't remember the other one. But there's 3 German kids that are supposed to be really good. So we'll have to see. Drouin, Suzuki, Gallagher. I mean, it could be. We'll see how that works out. You know, off-season moves are going to have a lot to do with the lineup next season. I think the time of Deneau, Tatar, and Gallagher, I think that might be done now. And Deneau shifts down at least to the second line and possibly at some point anyway to the third line. How many points do I think Suzuki can get next year? Jeff and I were talking about that last night on Twitter. And he's actually the one who brought up his what he could possibly, and I can't argue with that because I would think along the same lines. He's saying it's not out of range. I don't know the wording now, Jeff. To think that he should have probably about 75 points. And I you know what? I would probably go 65 to, I wouldn't be surprised at 80 if it's a great season. But yeah, I would think somewhere around there. So I definitely over 60. I think he almost hit 50 in his rookie season. He's going to be first line center probably from, I would hope, from day one next season. Yeah, I would think this kid could go maybe even as high as 80. We'll see what he's capable of. Because you gotta admit, we don't know how good he's going to be yet. Rookie season, the way he's playing, the way stuff he's been doing, the calmness, the veteran poise he has, the two-way game he has, I don't know. I don't know what his limit is right now. But yeah, I would think 65 to 75 points. That's a good bet. Oh yeah, I scrolled. That's why it's not moving. Do I like, how much did it go? Do I like Johnny Gaudreau? Do you think the Flames will trade him? I don't think they should trade him, but he's not a franchise player. He's a complimentary, kind of like Taylor Hall and Kessel's Leafs. I think he gets a lot of stuff. He gets blamed for a lot that I don't know if it's his fault. So I don't know. Do I like him? Yeah. Do I think he's I don't know enough about him to say that, he's the guy. I know he's got the potential to be that. Definitely a good complementary kind of player. Definitely. I mean, high up, and I think I might rather Johnny Gaudreau than a Taylor Hall. Honestly, that's probably how I would go about it. Sorry, it's my sister texting me. We were supposed to chat earlier, and she didn't see my text. She doesn't know I'm live streaming. Just give me a sec. Family. Oops. So yeah, I would probably rather have Gaudreau here than Taylor Hall. I'm not a Kessel fan in any way, never have been. But can't say that Kessel, in the right situation, isn't a good hockey player. I just don't like him. Something about him I don't like. Drouin plays well with Suzuki. Yes, Drouin and Suzuki seem to have some chemistry there. I love that pass again. That's the Suzuki first goal. Was it the first goal or the second goal? Oh, I can't. I think the second goal. That pass through the crease to Suzuki low near the goal line was really nice. That was a really nice pass. So Drouin was getting better. Drouin was starting to get there, and yeah, I think if they would have been still in there, still playing, Drouin would have maybe come around. Whether it lasts long and into next year, I don't know. I don't know with Drouin. That's the problem. Joey, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Not, I think, not in danger of nodding off on you guys at all. I'm tired-ish, but I'm good. Who we getting at 16? I got my sights kind of set on Jarvis, but like I said, Jeff, there's a lot of good potential out there, and you can name probably 4 or 5 guys that probably should be there that I'd be okay with. So, but for like if I've got my sights set on one player, I guess Jarvis is the guy that's kind of got my fancy right now. Zach Teradzi. Sorry, my sister sent me back a text. Any thoughts on Caulfield joining the team next year? I guess it's going to depend on what options he has for next year. So I would think if the AHL can't start up and the NHL is going to go with somehow work it into having 4 or 6 bubble cities, and they're going to do it that way. I would think they'd expand rosters a bit. And then, you might see him, signing him so that he could do that because he has to play. I don't think sitting around for, I don't know how long it could be. It would be good for his development. So you might see him turn pro a little earlier than he probably would have. But I think it's a wait and see game with Caulfield right now. Whoop. Okay, wait, there I was. I think Suzuki has helped my boy Drouin play really well and get his confidence back up. I would keep Drouin because him and Suzuki seem to have great chemistry. Oh yeah, and listen, it might even be that they keep both of them. That I'm totally wrong, but I think there's some chemistry there. So there's some hope there that going into next year anyway that. That's a combination that could work out. We have too many guys looking to pass. We need another guy like Galley, 30 to 40 goals and no assists. Yeah, we need a goal scorer. This is why I'm saying they got to go after some snipers. And whereas last season where I would have said going in, remember, I was no part of Line A. Again, I've changed on the guy because he seems to have a more rounded game. He seems to have come around a bit, and we need guys like that. We need guys that can pull the trigger and finish some of these plays. Definitely we need that. So, yep. Can't stay but here to drop a like. Oh, hey, Jack, I appreciate that, buddy. Sorry, you probably are gone already because I'm scrolled up. But thanks. Owen York, Reichel. Okay, I don't know who. I mean, Reichel, not in my day, but like not that long ago, I knew who he was. I'm not sure who Reichel is now. Referring to my Taylor Hall comment, Petrie and Weber found their potential achieved and more late in age with us. Okay, but I still want to say that I don't see it for Taylor Hall. Now, listen, of course, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm going with there's something about Taylor Hall that I'm not confident in being the right move. And listen, I said that about Matt Duchene last season, and I think I was proven right because he did not have a great season in Nashville. And I think I was proven right in my opinion, and it was a very similar one to this. And I'm going to just stick with that. Suzuki made Drouin look bad because because the excuse for Drouin has been his young Suzuki. He's young. Suzuki became what Drouin was supposed to be as a rookie. Yeah, and listen, it might push Drouin a little bit and go, listen, follow along with Suzuki. Why not? And it might make him a bit bitter. Who knows? We don't know till it plays out. Do you think Julian can come back, or is he done coaching? Oh, I don't think what happened to him, I don't think it makes him done coaching at all. He's only 60. And he did not have a heart attack. He had, I guess, an incident, but they caught it. They put the stent in to avoid the heart attack. And if you do that, there's not nearly as much damage on the body. No, I think Julian will be fine. Personally, I think he'll be fine. Bob Cannon, the Habs need to make the most of all their draft picks and keep bolstering the impressive yet still developing youth movement. I wouldn't go after any high-priced free agent players just yet. No, I kind of agree with that, which is another reason why, although I think I've said it, why I don't really want them to go after Hall is the price. It's too much. George Sesford, hey, buddy, I couldn't find the stream at 2:05, so I left, came back, and thankfully, here you are. You mean at 8:05, not 2:05. At 20:05. Excuse me. You're right. Yeah, it depends how they send notification. The reason I do it 5 after the hour is because it's at 8 o'clock. A lot of people upload videos around 8 o'clock, so notifications go out. If you're, and I'm a small channel, I'll get lost in the shuffle. You wait 5, 10, 15 minutes past the hour, you get a better rate of notifications going out. Habs win the cup next year. I wouldn't count on that, but I do think they're going to be a lot better team. I think they're going to make the playoffs a lot easier, and you never know, right? Rob Dario, I said that and scroll? No, I didn't scroll past you. Thanks. Okay, I'm at the bottom now. Cool. Hey Rick, do you think of the Habs getting Bars out from the Islanders? You mean Barzal? Honestly, I think if you give them an offer sheet, they're just going to match. I can't see them letting Barzal get offer sheeted unless you give them a ridiculous offer, but then you do that and you screw yourself down the road. No, I don't see them getting Barzal, and I don't see anybody else getting Barzal out from the Islanders either. Johnny Hockey, too small. We have enough small guys, especially if Caulfield is here in 2 years, my opinion. Oh yeah, I didn't say I thought they should go for Gaudreau, did I? If I intone, not intone, is intone the right word? I didn't mean to imply that I thought we should get Gaudreau. I was just asked which I would rather. So no, like you say, he's on the smaller side, so we don't really need to bring in intentionally any more smaller guys because we have some good small guys coming up, and we got some good small guys on the team, and we could use some more size. This I will agree. And anybody who wants to hit on me that I said that small players can play, I did, and I believe that, but you can't have them all small on the team. And I never said a team full of small players could win the cup. I doubt that. Just gonna be out-muscled. But you can have a few good small players on a team without a problem. But yeah, we have enough, and Gaudreau costs too much, and all that kind of stuff. And okay. NHL hockey. Thanks for coming in. Enjoy the game. Yeah, you've got to cover the games. I don't have to anymore. I can watch. If I'm going to watch, I'm going to watch because I want to. I don't have to really cover the games anymore, which is, it's I don't have that stress. Reichel is the third. Oh, that's right. Okay. There you go. Yeah, well, I said I didn't know his name. Reichel is the third German player in the draft. Yeah. I don't know which ones are better, but I think Stutzle is probably the best of the three. But the other two, and they say they're not far off from him. So, yeah, they could be good pickups right there. I heard not too long ago Kovalchuk wants to come back. They apparently have this agreement that they will go and sign him. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I wonder if anybody, if less people now want to see Nate Thompson resign because of the Flyers series. I saw a few people on Twitter say it, that they don't want to see him anymore because he's part of the Flyers squad now. So, yeah. You'll see. Okay. Jeff's testing me. Jeff's asking me my thoughts on a trade for Tarasenko. How is he testing me on that? We talked about this last night, and I think he's trying to see if I have the same answer as last night. So I'll just say this. Excuse me a second while I go look on Twitter to see what I said. No. Yeah, Tarasenko, I think would be a good ad here because Tarasenko, he's a goal scorer. I don't know his age. This is the only thing I did say to Jeff. I wasn't sure if he was getting on the old side because we talked about somebody else that I'm not remembering, and I thought he would be a little bit on the old side. But I like Tarasenko. First of all, St. Louis needs to they need to shed some salary. They need to desperately maybe make a trade where you can get Dunn and Tarasenko. I like that. And Tarasenko can put the puck in the net. And with a young team, exciting team like we're going to be building, I think he'd have a good time here. I think he'd do well here. And yes, I would like to see a trade for Tarasenko. Now, the thing is, what do you got to give up for that? And that's something we were talking about. And I think, depending on what they ask for, but you might have to give up something you might not want to. But if you want to make the team better, you got to give something back. You can't expect to fleece everybody. But Tarasenko is somebody I would like to add. If we could do it, yeah, I think it would be good. Philly is a perfect fit for Thompson, in my opinion. I can't imagine him with any other team. I think it's a good fit for him, too. I mean, I think he liked it here. I think he would come back here, too. But I don't know if we have the spot for him anyway. So that's personally, I'm okay with Thompson. I understand, he's playing for Philly. What do you want him to do? Oh, I used to play for them. I can't do anything. No, he's going to be a team guy, of course. But I don't know that we have a spot necessarily for him next season. So I don't see him coming back. Woods in the Shrek, what worries me about Kovalchuk is that he wasn't playing his best with Washington. And if he wants a lot of money with this cap, it worries me. But he may bounce back again. Yes, that's a good point. And I've said this on re-signing him that for me, I'm happy. I'd be okay with him coming back. But term and money are key for me on Kovalchuk. So if you can get him for a really good deal, I'm okay with at the most 2 seasons, preferably just 1. And I would prefer not going anywhere over $2.5 million. And even that might be more than I think he might end up being worth. Problem for Kovalchuk, for me, is he starts out like gangbusters and then slows down. And because he's getting a little older, and I don't know that he can play top 6 minutes here. And when he doesn't play top 6 minutes, he doesn't really perform well. So, I don't know. But it seems like they're interested in getting him back, and I know he wants to come back here. Elio Biancucci, that's Joey's sister or wife. Now, don't get mad at me if I said sister first. You never know anymore. So I'm just saying, you're either a sister or you're his wife. And no, it's not. You're not from the South, so I know that's not the same thing. Don't worry about that. When will the preseason start? Well, they're talking about a start to the season for December 1st. I don't know if that means a start to training camps or that means a start to games. So I'm going to go and say that I would think the next season training camps are going to start around December 1st. That's what I'm going to take that for. Because it's not going to be a hell of a lot of time in between the end of this season, playoffs, and the start of like December 1st. It's not going to be a big in between. I think that's when camps will open. So preseason would be, you know, within a week of camp opening. I'm nub. I'd rather try to get Sean Monahan. Yeah, I think though Gaudreau's the guy they're going to try to move just because they seem to blame everything on him. And not that Sean Monahan wouldn't get, I guess, have a lot of interest. So I guess it depends whoever they're able to move. But it looks like they're going to make some changes over there in Calgary. Jeff, no need to waste money on guys like Nate Thompson, not when we have Jake Evans. Well, this is it. I don't think there's a spot for him because, definitely I don't want Thompson taking minutes away from Evans. Evans looks like a really good 7th-round draft pick, and this kid looks like an NHLer. Middle 6 maybe, top 9. No, not top 9, but bottom 9 for sure. But maybe, you know, 3rd, 4th line. I think start out 4th line and eventually move up to the 3rd line when it's time that Deneau must move on because of contract or whatever. Woods in the Shrek. Monahan is the center, and I think we are good there. This is true. I didn't really know Monahan's position, so but if he's a center, yeah, I think we're pretty good there. But you never know how things work out, and maybe there's going to be a need for it. Not, although he'd be a top one. Yeah, I don't see a need there for to make a trade for that. When does draft and off season and next season start? Well, the draft will be apparently not too long after the last Stanley Cup final game, within a couple of days, apparently, maybe 3-4 days. Off season is right after that. You have the draft, and then I guess off season might officially start with right after the draft. I think 2 or 3 days after that, free agent season will start. That's what I've heard. And that's off season. That will go right till the 1st of December, where I'm assuming that's when camps open up. And then we'll see in the very beginning of the new year, the season actually starts. That's kind of what I'm assuming, but like I just said, it's an assumption. It's not anything I know for sure. And it's all going to depend on how everything goes and what it looks like when the time rolls around to open up camp. Bingo, Dale on the head, on money, and term for Kovalchuk. It has to be. You can't give him more than that. You can't. First of all, term, no, because of his age. You can't. 2 years, like if you had to. 1 year. And money, again, you can't. And this is, for me, why I'm kind of hoping maybe he doesn't come back, because I have a feeling they give him a little more than that. And I think it's a mistake. It's a mistake, and I think he's going to want more than that, but we'll see. Oh, Elio, you know what? I'm sorry, but I apologize because I should have known it would be Ilya if it was a girl, and it's Elio for a man, and I apologize. I really apologize. I hope I'm not blushing now. I'm sorry. Joey, if you're out there, I apologize. Sorry, Elio. Nice to have you in as well. Where do I go from there? We look to have 4 centers with Domi filling in for injuries. Well, this would be good. One reason why you want to hang on to Domi. This is true. I guess, right? It gives you that extra depth there at center, so that if somebody does go down, this is a good reason. 26 in the chat, really? You could? I didn't even look. 23 now, but wow. I didn't think people would have I want to say a stomach for it tonight, but yeah, I guess it's good to talk it over and talk through everything. 18 likes down there, 19 now, awesome. Let's get to 20. Oh, we're one more away. Hey, if somebody's out there that's having a good time and hasn't hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Get me to 20 there. It all helps. It helps the algorithm. It just helps for everything. Makes me feel better. That helps. Rob Adario, my son Luca is a big Suzuki fan. He thinks that he will get 81 points next season if it's a full season. Well, 80 or 81. I hope your son is absolutely right. Tell him I said awesome, and I hope he's right. And me too. I am a big Suzuki fan. Woods in the Shrek. I feel like we can get a winger, sign a goalie, and possibly add a left-hand defenseman. We should be good. Yeah, I think that the goalie is going to be super important as well. I think they got to get a backup that is capable, not having to keep your fingers crossed, start believing in God so you can start praying and stuff like that when the backup is in nets, and give Price some actual rest, and he can come into the playoffs rested. And look how good he looks rested. Now, I know he won't come in as rested as that, but look how good he is when he's rested. I see Elio, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but message retracted. I hope it wasn't a nasty one. He must be mad at me. Sorry about that. Woods was in Shrek. Have I been saying that right? I hope so. Should we trade Mete? I can't see him fitting next season. I kind of think that they're holding on to Mete. If not, I kind of like Mete. I think Mete still has potential, but I have a feeling Mete might be the guy that goes for the expansion draft. So that's kind of the thought, and I kind of think it'll be a defenseman anyway. But I think there's room for him next season. But again, depending on the moves made, maybe Mete fits in for a trade and helps you get that scoring winger we're looking for right now. I'd like to see a guy like Alex Killorn. I've said it a few times. I know I'm repeating it. But I like Alex Killorn out of Tampa. Tampa, another team, needs to make a trade or something. Although I don't think they'd want Mete in return. I think they'd rather have a prospect or draft picks, because they need to really they got to cut down their cap number. They're up against it. There's a few teams that really are going to need to move some guys, because there's no other way to get to be able to fill out a roster. When you don't have any money, you can't. When you have $1 million and you need 3-4 guys yet to fill out, you just can't, because the minimum is $700,000 anyway. So yeah, Bob, like number 21. Number 21, we're talking. Why is number 21 just not? It's retired number. Wait a second. Okay, Bob, I'm not. It's over my head. Sorry, for some reason. Charlie still has one more season to prove he's a backup material. Yeah, and it's at league minimum. But I think if they can land a goalie, either you keep him around for insurance, or maybe he gets involved in a trade somewhere. Yeah, Charlie will probably get traded for a draft pick, or he's a throw in a deal, or maybe you're trading for a goalie and you're sending Lindgren back. Charlie will probably get traded. You'll die if that happens. Are you Wolf Beans? Are you a big Lindgren fan? And it's okay. For me, I'm sorry. He just has not shown me enough yet. Elio saying it's okay, Rick. Accidents happen. I would like Radulov to come back. I'm going to say no on that. And I'll tell you why. I heard something recently about. I don't like the way he left, and it's not on Bergevin. He was kind of holding him hostage for money, and he said to the fans how much he loved Montreal and how much this and that, and all he wanted was the money. And apparently he didn't really care whether he stayed in Montreal or not. And you know what? I don't want a guy back like that. I heard it from really good source. I believe, anyways, in my head anyway, that it was really good source. I'm trying to remember exactly who that was. But yeah, I'm kind of saying no on Radulov. Something about it rings true to me, and I don't want that back here. I want someone that's gritty like Radulov and can put some points up on the board. Yes, but I don't want Radulov back personally. We already have so many picks, but some picks will get used in making trades. There'll be, I'm sure, there'll be some kind of deal. I don't know. They'll use up some of those picks. And when we're trading now for picks, it'd be for picks for the down the road drafts. Because, yeah, for this draft, we've got enough picks. We don't need any more picks for this draft. I think we could possibly move Mete. Sometimes he gets lost on the ice, although he is still very young. Yeah, I mean, I think you can move Mete, not possibly. I think there's teams that would want Mete without a doubt. But he is still young, and I think there's still some potential there. So, but we'll have to see how it goes. Excuse me. I think with Kulak kind of cementing the left side there, Romanov's coming in next year. He's going to get one of those shots. So Mete is going to have to either play on the right side or maybe he will get moved because I don't know that we're going to have any spot for him right now or next season, depending on how it works out. But, yeah, Kulak kind of really cemented it. Kulak played really well and surprisingly so with so little time in training or as a training camp. It was already a short camp and he got like half of that. So, yeah. Let's see. Where was I? If the Leafs decide to shake up the roster, do you think the Habs should make an offer for one of their young forwards? Petrie would probably have to be involved with a Leaf trade. If you're talking about any of the forwards that make $10 million or more, I say no. I don't want any contracts like that. The only guy that you might say is William Nylander at $7, but he's got a pretty big contract. I don't know. So I don't know. They're overpaid, and I don't know that you want to bring overpaid players here. It's not to say I don't like Leaf players. I'm not sold on Tavares as being a leader. I don't like Austin Matthews for lots of reasons that don't need to be mentioned here. I like Mitch Marner, but he's overpaid. I don't want to spend that kind of money on him. So, yeah. But it would be cool maybe to get Kasperi Kapanen and then see how Domi and Kapanen talk to each other. That'd be funny. Excuse me. Bad timing for that. What was that? 23. Oh, we're at 23 likes. All right. Jeff is my manager, by the way. Did I tell anybody? Jeff's my manager. Like Thompson, but love Evans. His improvement rate is almost Suzukian. Yes, Evans looks really good, and he's not small. See, Evans doesn't bring small size. He's 6'2", 6'1" anyway, and so he's got some size. I like the way he plays, and I just think he's a better bet for us going forward. Let's get it to 25. All right, let's get it to 25. Like I said, anything you want to know about me, go to my manager, Jeff. He'll tell you where to go and what he needs. All right, Jeff. Letang, Romanov, Kulak sounds good to me. Oh, yeah, I'd be good with that, definitely. Although, listen, what are you going to do with Sherratt, though? Sherratt still has a – oh, I think you might be talking about moving Sherratt. I like Sherratt. I mean, I can't really complain about him. I don't have anything bad to say about him, so I won't really. But I guess you're talking about moving Sherratt in one of those deals. I made it 8. Lindgren is a left goalie. He's a left-handed goalie. What more could you ask for in a backup? Oh, are you left-handed? Are you left-handed, Wolf? Wolf Beans? Listen, I don't want to dislike Lindgren, and I don't dislike Lindgren. I'm just saying that I haven't seen enough from him to say that he's the guy I'm going to be confident that can give Price what he needs, and I just don't see it. So I apologize if you're really high on him, and I get that, but I'm not really that high on him. But I don't dislike him, and I've got no grudges against him or anything. Woods and the Shrek, I wouldn't trade for any forward on the Leafs. Nylander has a lot of trouble in playoffs. Yeah, I wouldn't either, honestly. I don't. First of all, they're either overpriced or they're just not up to snuff for me. So, yeah. Yeah, apparently Nylander's not. None of them are good in the playoffs, it seems. So, Yeah. Can Letang play left side? Actually, that's a good question. Isn't Letang right side? Yeah, that's a good question. Isn't he right side? I thought he was. Maybe that's why I had ruled having Letang out. So yeah, it doesn't. Sherratt still has to be there. Where does Letang fit on the left? On the right side, though. Well, with Weber and Petrie still solid on the blue line, there will be a time not so far away from today that both will be gone. Having young prospects developing now to step up and be the top pair soon. Well, that's, I think, well, I mean, that's where Romanov's coming in. You got Fleury, Jules said, those guys are going to come into play. And yeah, you have to start developing on the right side. But then you could bring in a guy like Letang. Letang can definitely bridge a gap through that. But although he's getting up there too, I would think. But I don't know how old he is. If Habs struggle next season, do you think Price gets traded because he is 33? I think Price gets traded if Price wants to get traded. If he doesn't, I don't think they trade him. So, no, I think even at 33, he's still got some years left. And if he didn't prove that he's still a dominant goaltender through these playoffs, I mean, I don't know what else he has to do. Weber, Petrie, Big Ben on the right side. And Letang, Romanov, Kulak on the left. Oh, so you would switch Sherratt over to the right side. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. So Letang's a left side defenseman. I don't know. I thought he was a right side defenseman. Jeff Head, I think Romanov is right side. No, this I know Romanov is left side. This I don't have to go refer to Jeff on that one. Romanov is on the left side for sure. And what I do with my water? Switch sides on me. Hang on. Well, while I wait for more comments, I'm going to drink. Oh. How many people are we in there now? Wow, we've dropped down low to 17. Am I any less entertaining? Is that why people are in and out? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, best backup in free agency. Good question. I don't. You know what? I don't know all the free agent backups offhand. I really don't. I know the guy that I would like them to go trade for is. I could see maybe even a big blockbuster trade with St. Louis where we get Jake Allen, Vince Dunn, and who else did we say we're going to get from St. Louis? Oh, God, the name just out of my head. And do that all in one trade. But I think Jake Allen, but Jeff made a good a point that with the way Binnington's playing, that you might not see Allen get traded right now. I could actually see that might make sense. Although it's hard to think that Binnington's not going to make a comeback here. He just had a bad playoff. So I don't know the best backup in free agency. Who's in free agency? Mike Smith is going to be available. I think Cam Talbot's going to be available. God, I don't know. I don't have any other good ones, anyways, in my head as far as whether they're free agency or not. Talbot might be somebody that could work out here. Mike Smith might have shown himself to be on the bit too old side now for me. He's 39, so he's not young. Talbot, I think, is only 34, 35, something like that. So I don't know. I have to go over the list to know every, unless you want to, type in some names and I'll pick from them. But I don't know who the free agents are on the goalie side. Is Paul Byron overpaid? $3.4 million a year? Because I think he's worth a bit more. He technically has one of the best shooting percentages of all time, of all players. Okay, that I didn't know. Do I think he's overpaid? Not really. I think he's got some good potential. He's very versatile. He's still signed for a few more years, so I think he's a good guy to have around, but he could be moved as well. So I know Jeff seems to think he'll get moved. And it's a possibility, but I like having Byron around. But I don't know if he's overpaid at $3.4 million. Shamir, I think the regular season for 2020-2021 is a full 82 game. Yeah, they're planning on a full 82 game season. Or do I think a shortened one is more likely? They're planning on the full 82. I guess depending on conditions and how things are, will decide. But I would be a little surprised if it's not a full 82. I think what they're going to probably try to do is like they're going to be in bubbles, but instead of being locked down for the whole time, so you'll have however many teams in the bubble, they play 2-3 weeks, take a week off, and then maybe have to shift the bubble, right? So they might need to play some games with teams, and you might have teams shifting around from bubble to bubble, and then 3 weeks, take a week off, and they can be with their families a little bit or whatever they have, however it works out, and give them a little bit of off time. I don't know how it will work because you got to maintain these bubbles, but I think that might be how it works for a longer. Obviously, the season is going to be longer than what we're doing now. But they have been saying they want it to be a full 82 games. I keep Sherratt to help in the transition for the young guys. Well, he's here for another 2 seasons. Yeah, Charles Hudon to Cumberland Red Star in the KHL. Is that something you know? Because the coach there is going to be Alex Kovalev. Is going to coach Cumberland Red Star next season. Letang is an RD, but would move over to pair with Weber and come home. You know, as long as he's okay playing that side, yeah, it makes sense to me. And you know, not every defenseman can play both sides, but a lot of defensemen can do that. Apparently, if you're a left-handed shot, it's harder to go the right side, and if you're right-handed, it's easier to make the transition. And I could have that reversed, but I know I've heard one side, depending on how you shoot, what side you shoot, one side is easier to play both defensive positions. Did that make any sense, what I just said? I sounded like I was babbling there. Wolf, was that announced now? Oh, yeah, well, that's what I asked. Was that announced? Because that's where Kovalev is coaching. No, I just want it to happen. Oh, okay. No to Letang, yes to Cale Fleury. Okay, well, that's two different animals. Letang is a veteran. You know what you're going to get from Letang. Cale Fleury is still a bit of an unknown. He has to he's young. I mean, I don't know that you can compare the two, personally. Woods was in Shrek. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's not further. Yes, George. Vale Fleury. Cale Fleury, not Vale. In York, I don't know why they put Belzile in instead of Paling. Well, I still want to say I think it's because no matter what Bergevin did say about him, that next year he expects him to compete and win a job. I don't think he's ready. He's not ready yet. You're going to see him go to the AHL probably for the full season, and he's just not ready yet. And that's the only explanation that I can think of that makes sense to me. Wolf, Wolfie's pretty sure Paling is injury prone. I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I think that's a stretch to say that. Woods was in Shrek. Rick, I agree with you. We need Tarasenko and Dunn. Would be awesome to include Allen. Just wonder. That's the Tarasenko is the guy I couldn't think of. That's funny. Would be awesome to include Allen. Just wonder how much we give up. You know, I think with St. Louis, though, it's not going to be a ton in players because they can't take on contracts. So you're giving up younger guys. But that would mean, okay, what kind of prospects you got to give up to do a deal like that? And then that would, I wouldn't be wanting to give up some of the guys they probably would want to get in return. But it's worth checking out because that solves, one deal solves all the problems right now, potentially, that Montreal has, right? So, I don't know. I like it. Louis Domingue is the budget backup goalie I'd go after. No, again, another goalie that hasn't done it really anywhere else. I don't think he gives you quality backup minutes that you can be comfortable that Price will get that break you need, and they will still win games. That's the key. No, I don't agree with you there, buddy. Now, it's weird because I know you're my goalie guy, and I don't defer. I mean, I always defer to you, but I really disagree with you on Domingue. Would I trade Tatar or try to sign him? Well, we were talking about, it's funny, we were talking about Tatar last night, me and Jeff as well. And I think Tatar gives you back probably the most, like you get the most return for Tatar. So I would probably trade. I would try to trade him. Jeff disagrees with me, being that he's a fan favorite, and there was another reason I don't remember, and it makes sense. But I have this feeling that Tatar will be the guy that goes. It's just I think he's easier to replace than Petrie would be. If Letang can't move over, then you leave Big Ben with Weber and Letang pairs with Roma. Well, this is true. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, that makes sense. Although, Letang as the third pairing defenseman, that's just so odd. That just doesn't seem right. No? Am I wrong on that? I think you're paying a lot to have him on the third. Like, I don't know if that makes sense at that point, Jeff, for me. Imagine Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield on a line together. Well, I want to see Caulfield on Suzuki's wing. I would love to see how that works out. Hey, I thought Kincaid would be lights out here. Well, if you thought Kincaid would be lights, but so did I. But if you did too, I'm not trusting you on the Domingue thing then. Not at all, because I don't see that one. But I kind of thought Kincaid would be okay here as well. I don't know about lights out, but I thought he would be quality. But oh my God, that we were wrong on that one, big time wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I think I was really hoping Halak, and the Bruins were really smart to sign up Halak right away. Don't even give him an opportunity to think about not coming back. I think it was a really good move on their part. And I do tend to think that the way Binnington played in the playoffs, it may give St. Louis, maybe they'll look elsewhere to save their money or to save cap space before they go trying to trade Allen. So that might be harder to get Allen out of St. Louis right now. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where we go for the goal. I think Talbot would be okay. Talbot was making what, $2.5 million. That's not too bad. I'm okay with paying that out. Talbot's young enough. Talbot could do okay here. Do I think Habs move up in the draft or trade the pick possibly for Tarasenko? I don't think they trade the pick. And I don't think they move up in the draft only for this reason. I do think he might try to move up in the draft, but somebody I follow on Twitter made a really good point on that, is check the history on trading up in the draft. Doesn't happen a lot. And it's true. Does not happen a lot. So I don't think that's something that's going to happen. I don't think it's anything you can really count on in any way. If it happens, it happens. I don't think you can count on that in any way at all. We're going to have to trade, but I don't know about trading up. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't want to see them give that pickup, the 16th pick. Although Tarasenko, I would like to get him if that's the sticking point. Maybe it's okay, but I mean, I still think you get a really good player at 16 that I might want to hang on to that. So have to see. That would be my second pair with Kulak, Petrie as the third pair. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, you're right. That kind of makes sense. But then again, Petrie as the third pair. I guess either way, when you got three good quality defensemen on the right side, one of them has to be third pair. I guess that makes sense. Plus, Petrie would have a ton of power play time, penalty kill time. I traded the pick and Tatar or Domi for a 30-40 goal scorer. Yeah, I guess I kind of can argue that point. But I mean, that's if you can make a deal like that. Yeah, you got to definitely consider it for sure. Um, I still would like somehow to get a first round pick, but you're right. If hey Jackson, but you're right. If you get that right goal scorer, it's worth it. Do I think the Habs offer sheet Sergachev? I think I think you could. I think Sergachev could be a guy that could be offer sheeted because Lightning are really up against the cap. I mean, they're really up against it too. So that might be a thing that could get done. Do I think they do it? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I don't have any. I don't have any leanings either way to that. I had a dream one time. Pavel Datsyuk came back from the KHL to sign with Habs, and I woke up and it was like it was Mike Riley who got signed. Yeah, that's not the same thing at all. Imagine if we could have had Datsyuk when he was still, healthy enough to play. That would have been great. Datsyuk was that guy could stick handle his way out of a phone booth with 10 other players inside. Like he could stick handle. Oh, my nose is blocked up. Goat. Datsyuk is a goat, was it? Yeah. I mean, I assume goat means good. It's a good thing, goat. Yeah, Datsyuk was definitely the goat. Very talented. Very talented player. Too bad. What is it? His back? What was the injury that kind of stopped him? Yeah, he's right. I'm not going to say greatest of all time, but he's right up there in the top guys that to ever play in the league. You know what? Is the league's been around so long. There's been a lot of really great hockey players. It's hard to really say anymore. A guy like a guy like Gretzky, Lemieux, you could be up there, but he's one of the greatest of all time. There in that 100, 200 of them, whatever you want to put him. He's definitely in there. And yeah, there's a lot of great hockey players that have been in the league, and you could have a 200, 300 greatest all time, and they'd all be great players. I wonder why they hid that comment, Jeff. 25 likes, hype. Rick, thanks you, everyone. Make sure you subscribe if you like the stream. I told you, Jeff's my manager. I'm telling you. Jeff's my manager. He pushes it out, and we hit the 25. It's amazing. And before the stream ends, it's one of those nights. I think my fan is blowing on me. I guess it's cooling off outside, and it's caused me to get my nose. I want to blow my nose. I don't want to do that on camera. So I gotta sort of struggle my way through the last little bit. So if I sound weird, it's because that's the reason why. With Washington struggling too, like the Pens, do you see anyone that we can possibly acquire there? I don't know. I know everybody on Washington well enough to say that. Well, I know they're going to go. They say they're going after Kovalchuk, which was known before they put him there. I don't know. I'll tell you this though: with Washington bowing out in a sweep like that, or was it 5 games? I was surprised, first of all. And I think there might be some changes there. Like, I don't know. I guess Holtby won't be back. There's going to be some changes there. So, I don't know. Gudis, but he's a free agent. I kind of think Gudis, if at the late, like if they haven't been able to get anybody on defense, and it's getting like Gudis is still out there, I think Gudis could help us playing on the third line. TJ Oshie. You know what, TJ Oshie, I like him. I like the way he plays hockey, and I wouldn't. There was a time I probably would have said no, but he's a winner. He's a winner. I like the way he plays. I don't know what it would cost you. I don't know what he's making, but I like TJ. Did I miss anything, or I'm really at the bottom of this of the comments, guys? Come on, we got like. I'd like to get through till the 90-minute mark. Excuse me. Datsyuk technically got traded to the Coyotes. You take off a knee and add an O between the C and the Y, and you got Coyotes perfectly. And then left for Russia. He can still play. He does his NHL, his KHL. No, he's playing. Okay, he's in the KHL. So who is it that I'm thinking of then? It's the other one. I guess he's a Swedish guy. Who's the other one with the H then? It's just not coming to me. That his back is bad or something. He's a bigger version of Gallagher. Oshie is a bigger version of Gallagher, yeah. But then do you want two guys? Well, I guess that can't really hurt. And he gets, I know he scores, not Oshie, so. We'll trade for Subban. Ha, ha, ha. Not till Subban gets his game back, and not for $9 million a season, no. Oh, York, got to go see you next stream. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, buddy. Zetterberg, that's it, with an H. Well, Henrik. Okay, I thought it was his last name. Zetterberg also, very good. Yeah, I like Zetterberg as well. We need to trade up in first round, even if the cost is Mete or Tatar. Well, you know, we can need to do it. The problem is you got to find a trading partner. Not an easy thing to do. Just check the history. I mean, I never Googled it, but I know for a fact that there isn't a lot of times there's big trade-ups. Smaller, like the later rounds, you might see some of that, not first round. So just Google that. You'll see there's not a lot of times that it happens. He's technically in the AHL. Who? Zetterberg? Yeah, they're burying him for the contract thing right now, right? He's one of those contracts that they're getting a break from by having him be long-term disability or some shit like that. No? Shamir, Subban's more interested in being an Instagram, YouTube celebrity than being a hockey player. Well, okay, wait a second, though. You got to give him this. He's nothing for him to do hockey-wise. He is training. And he's got time. He's got time during the day that he can do that stuff. I think that's an unfair criticism right now of Subban for starting his podcast. He has time on his hands right now, guys. He doesn't have anything to do. Believe me, I'm sure when we get close, training camps are starting up, he won't be doing that as much. I can't see him doing that when he is playing hockey. But I think it's an unfair criticism because I've seen it in a few places that Subban, he should be concentrating on hockey. But what hockey does he need to concentrate on right now? As long as he's working out in the gym, keeping in shape, being ready for when the hockey comes back, and skating a little bit, I think he's fine. And he'll always be that kind of like he wants to be a bit of a celebrity. That's his character. He's a showman. He has it in him. What is my opinion of Palat? I don't have one in particular. He's okay, but I mean, you're talking about a third liner. No, he's not. I think we have so many third liners. We don't need to be getting any more right now. I'm not sure if you gave any final thoughts on Kirk Muller as a temporary head coach. Obviously, a very small sample size here. Also, would he warrant any interest from other clubs? I don't know that. I noticed that the power play didn't get any better with Muller as head coach. So I don't know that if he was still running the power play, or I would think not, and I would think somebody else was. So I think he did a good job. I think they played well. The first game as head coach and the last one, I think they were the better team last night and should have won the game. I really do. I think they puck control, shots. I mean, there was a lot of places where they were the better team, and I thought it just didn't work out. Look, if you take away the goals that went in off Habs or that he was interfered with by his own players, he gave up nothing, Price, and it could have been a shutout. So they could have won that game last night. I don't know. I'm not sold on Muller as the head coach. I'm not, because of the power play that he's been coaching for the last couple of years. I'm not sold on him. right now. Wish we could draft Sanderson, but he's definitely going top 10. I cannot see Sanderson being there in 16. And I got to tell you, if he's still around at 16, I would have to question why and find out first if there's something wrong before I draft him, because I can't see him still being there. No team ahead of us in the draft is going to be interested in Tatar or Mete unless it's the Panthers. So I see what you're saying, and as far as trading up, yeah. I don't see them trading up. It doesn't happen often enough that you can be counting on the trade up, being able to trade up. Perhaps training with the Rock will help Subban. Well, that's what I'm talking about. He's training. You're getting some good. He's training with some good people. So I mean, he's doing the work behind the scenes, and I'm sure he has a few hours every day where he's got time to do those kind of things. Why not? Guy's got it. He's got money. He's got a great life, and he doesn't have to worry about hockey right at the moment. Am I wrong for thinking 99 is not the greatest of all time because he played in an era where goalies were mostly stand-up? Yeah, I think you're wrong. I don't have him as the greatest of all time because for me, Bobby Orr is the greatest of all time, but he's definitely right up in the top. He's right up in that top handful of players. You can't deny that. And no, I think he's deserving of being. Some people thinking he's the greatest of all time. Just for me, Bobby Orr is my guy for that. Jeff, I'm drafting the goalie if he's there at 16. I know. I don't think Askarov will be there at 16, but I know that's who you would be drafting. Could be a nice trade chip later on. That is very true. And then you have your pick of Primo or Askarov to replace Price to start splitting season with Price. I can't say it's wrong thinking. Just for me, I want to see them get a sniper and get some goal scoring, but it's not bad. And Askarov or Primo would be very nice trading chips later on. That's for sure. And you have your choice of two good goalies, but I think I don't know, can you afford to do that and give up on possibly getting a pretty good goal scorer in his place when it's a kind of a thing you need to have a little bit more of in your pipeline. But again, like I said, Askarov be a good pickup at 16. Jeff, if I don't mean to be rude, but that's a no-brainer. Oh, I'm sorry. Should have read that. Yep, you're wrong, LOL. Okay, so I shouldn't have read that either. He shot low almost every time. Who shot low almost every time? Askarov will probably go to Minnesota. I kind of still think he's going to go to Chicago, no? Yeah, I kind of think he'll go. Although Chicago's not getting that same. You're right. I'm not thinking. Yeah, that's true. Sen should take Askarov. Yeah, maybe, but I think not with one of those top picks. I think I might be wrong on that, but I think they need a goalie like that. So I don't know, but when you've got the forwards that are available at 3 and 5. Yeah, it's going to be really, really hard to say no to that because, listen, you don't need the best goalie to win a Stanley Cup. That's really the truth of the matter. So I think it's more important to take the guys they can get at 3 and 5 and not take Askarov there. I was just, it was kind of provocative when I put that in my video, my mock draft. It was probably more to be a little provocative. And it was an early mock draft. It didn't really... it was for fun. So, yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that Subban needs to train with a physical trainer. He needs a mental game coach who will make him buy into the team concept. I don't think there's a problem with Subban being a team guy. I don't think so. I don't think he's a me guy. I think he gets a raw. I can't think of a word. I think people are unfair on him. I think maybe it wasn't like here. I get it. Here, there was something going on here in the dressing room, but I don't know if he's that bad overall as a person. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong as a teammate. I don't know. There's a reason why he's moved around a little bit now. I don't know. Some of it has to do with that $9 million contract too. They should use 5th pick on him. Some some Peter towards after that might be a Jack Hughes. Okay, you got to retype some later forwards. There you go. That's funny. Spell check. Something got in the way there. They should use a fifth pick on him. Some later forwards after that might be a Jack Hughes. Yeah, well, Jack Hughes hasn't been a Jack Hughes yet either. So Subban seems to have lost it once he went to New Jersey. Maybe no heart or like being there, maybe having difficulty with the team. Well, I have this theory. I actually have a theory for Subban. And I don't know his wife or his future wife. They're going to get married. I don't know her. It's not hard to say. It's not maybe fair for me to say, but it's not to put her down because I'm not putting her down in any way. But she does seem like a girlfriend that's a little high maintenance. And only in that he needs to pay a lot of attention to her, be around her a lot, do a lot of things with her. I think it's taken him away a little bit from his hockey. But I have a feeling he might know this at this point, and I think he's going to see a different Subban. If not, I think maybe he's done otherwise. But I have a feeling the drop-off could have a little to do with his girlfriend. And not to fault her for that. Like, I'm not saying she did that on purpose or is doing that on purpose, but I have a feeling that could be a lot to do with it. College is not the NHL, which is where Hugh came from. Where Jack came from? He didn't come from college. He was from the North American USNDP, United States National Development Program. So I don't know where you get college. Caulfield went to college. Hughes did not. Hughes signed right away and made the team. No, he did not play in college. I don't know where you get that from at all. Spell check. Don't you hate it sometimes? It's nice sometimes, but it could also be a pain. I'd love the Habs to offer sheet for Barzal or Dubois, but very unlikely. It's just, you know what? It's a useless thing to do because they're going to get matched. So why go through all that to have them get matched anyway? Barzal for sure, and I would be surprised that if you offer Sheet Dubois, he doesn't get matched. I don't see how either team can let either of those guys go. So there you go. So I see we're down to the end here. I'm getting tired, and I got to go pee again. Blame it on the having to go pee. But we're at an hour and a half, so I'm going to call it for tonight. Members, if there's any members still in the room, Wednesday we will go back to having members-only live streams. So thumbs up for that. I want to thank my manager, Jeff, for getting me 25 thumbs up, and for just being there for me. And actually, Jeff is, I got to say, Jeff is the biggest supporter of this channel, without a doubt, right now. And hey, if there's a competition and you guys want to compete with him, by all means, do that. Now, Jeff is my manager. I'm going to sign contract with him soon, and we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday live streams. This week, I will get members-only videos out. I'll try to do 2. I would try to do 2 because I owe you guys. But I don't have the schedule now as it was, so this is good for that. And yeah, so thanks everybody for being here. I so appreciate it. And we'll do this every Saturday until there's some real hockey and some real pregame live streams again and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird. That was my last review for a while. I'm going to be rusty again when everything. Don't ask me why I thought of that now. I'm saying goodbye. Sorry, I'm nobody. I don't know enough about Sir. I know Torelli's good. I don't know about offer sheeting him though. So yeah. So thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Have a great week. Hopefully you'll check out my videos, and I will see you guys next video. And I'll see you members on Wednesday. And that's it. Have a great night. Enjoy Saturday night, the rest of it. And yeah, that's I don't know what else to say there. Bye y'all, and I will see you next one. I still feel like I'm supposed to say something. I'm not supposed to. Peace out. That's it. Peace out, and thanks for watching. I knew there was something there, and I got the wrong mouse. Okay, bye, y'all.